Hello, guys. It's been a while since I talked to you. There's been a lot going on. But today I want to talk about something that really, really irritates me, as if anything, nothing does. But it's that stupid commercials they keep showing on A&E with psychic kids and ghost hunters. Now, it's to the point where, I don't have nothing against the people. I just have something against the show and their knowledge and their experience, okay? I'm going to talk about that, so stick around.
And now, we interrupt, disrupt, and crash this station.
The man fighting for peace, his legacy, truth in a sea of stupid.
Filtered for your sarcastic enjoyment, Ghost Getter.
Now, every time I watch A&E or something on TV, and it's not just A&E, it's other channels too, and they have advertising with it, I'm almost as if... I can't. Sometimes I watch things on TV and I can't forward it, especially when it's live. It just drives me nuts. Okay, someone told me, which I'm not watching it, someone told me that he's going back to the flashlight trick. Really? Seriously? Come on. Now, some of you that don't know, what he does is he turns the flashlight head barely so it'll come on if any vibration in the room, silent, very slowly, or anything, vibration or air or dust or anything moves in the room, then it shakes the flashlight and the flashlight comes on, and to the point where they say, "Are you in the room?" And the flashlight will come on. See, you said something. If you hum loudly, it's going to shake. Or, what's your name? It'll say something. I don't know if that's true or not, if they're faking it on purpose. But the point is, they did a show one time, a long time ago, and you can look it up, where he said that they do not have enough strength. They need the strength and the power to, they just don't have enough to turn this flashlight on. So we need to help them out because they're so weak. They can barely do anything. And 5 minutes later in the show, one of the spirits throw a giant boulder at him. And I'm thinking, okay, so if he can throw a boulder, but he can't turn a flashlight on, come on. That's just lack of knowledge. That's lack of using your brain. And now we're back at this again. Now we're back at doing the same old they did in, 5-10 years ago. The same old thing. But what irritates me more than anything is he says, we're not looking for ghosts. We're looking for the truth.
This entity figured out how to draw power.
We had to flee our house.
Ooh, I'm getting the chills right here. It's coming closer. I don't chase ghosts. I chase the truth. Only with the truth can I truly help someone.
Whoa! This entity figured out how to draw power. As if they do not know. As if they didn't already have it. As if God didn't give it to them already. You're going in again, like I've said for years, you're thinking like a human. And not, you're not looking at it right. They figured out how to draw power. They already had power. Please. What irritates me about that is they do not accept the truth. They only accept what they want to hear. They only see what they want to see. They only feel what they want to feel. And they only do what they want to do. When anybody tells them anything or has any experience or has any proof of anything, they're going to throw it away because it's not their truth. There's a difference between your truth and the actual real truth. All I have to say about that one is stop saying you want the truth because you do not want the truth. You do not want to hear what is actually going on, because when people actually say this or there is evidence of this, it's not considered evidence unless you consider it evidence. That's what irritates me about this, because he's known to do this in the past. If it isn't found by them, then it isn't true. What also irritates me is the comments. Oh, I'm glad it's on. You guys are just amazing. I can't wait till the next show. It's the best show on the planet. It is just the last time they had this show on for 10 years or however long it was, people got a little bit tired of watching it. I think the only people that are watching it now maybe are new watchers or new fans or new people that are involved in this. I don't know. People that don't know anything about it. Now, I don't know if that's true, but that's what I'm seeing, because you change the background, you change the creepiness, you change the audio, you change everything. But it's basically the same thing. So I think only the new fans really understand are really getting it. But, in the end, it's the same thing. In the end, it's the same results. In the end, you're not telling people what they should hear. You're telling people what you want them to hear. And what's scary about that is you're keeping them in a position where what you're telling them is not the truth. What you're giving them isn't the truth. Now, I'm not saying that you're lying to them, but you do not know the truth at all. And you can't sit there in a show and say, we're not looking for ghosts. We're just looking for the truth. We don't know the truth yet, but we're going to tell people something that isn't the truth, because if we knew this, why are you still doing the show? If you know all the answers and you know the truth of everything, why do you still do the show? That's the big question. You can't go in telling people things they do not know. You can't go in there telling them things that you do not know. So so hearing this, we just want the truth. That is just so irritating to the point where I just roll my eyes. It just drives me nuts to the point where I just can't scroll through the commercial, and I'm getting so much irritated by it. And like I said, I have nothing against the people, because I'm sure they're nice guys, but they do not want the information. They only want their own information. So I'm sure they're not bad. You're just a little misinformed about what's going on. That's the point of Ghost Hunters. And I'm sure the new one that's coming on will be the same damn thing, just different people. Changing networks doesn't change anything that we've seen over the last 10 years, okay? Splitting it up and making two different shows is still the same damn thing we've always seen. So please stop. Stop telling people you want the truth when you really don't. And okay, psychic kids. This is another one that bothers me.
When I see the spirits, it scares me. She had a white dress with spots of blood dripping down.
I can see Kendall moving through life in a lot of fear. I want to help you feel comfortable.
Kendall, please breathe. Right here.
Psychic Kids, August 21st at 10 on A&E.
You're going in telling kids that it's something that is really, really dangerous. They do not have the knowledge of what's going on, but you're manipulating their minds into things that you don't even know about. And that bothers me. You're putting these kids in danger. Something could be thrown at them. You're putting them into buildings that could trip and fall, get injured. You're spiritually destroying them because you're telling them things that aren't true. And then you're telling them you can protect them. Really? How do you think you're going to protect them if it's demonic? Holding up a cross? Do you think they're going to listen to this? These kids are going to wind up having problems for the rest of their life. They're going to be traumatized for the rest of their life. You're putting things in their head that is a lie. You do not know the answers to this stuff. So why are you telling children things that you don't know about or things you're not sure of? And you see the guy, which I've seen in a commercial, I can't get rid of it, walking around, this is what's wrong. These are spiritual. You don't know that. So why are you telling kids things that you don't know about? This is acceptable. You can accept this and everything will be okay. And you can live your life normally. And you're telling people that it's the dead uncle. Really? How do you know it's their uncle? or somebody like that. You're putting them in danger in all kinds of different ways. You are going to be responsible one day for the things you do to them. How will you feel if 10 years down the road you've told these kids something and they went by what you said, but then went home one day and you just forgot about them and blew them off, because that's what usually they do, because, a lot of these people are out for themselves and they say they're going to help children, which is a lie. So one day you blow them off and ignore them, and they go back home and go back to their own lives, and they get violently punched, violently scratched, thrown against the wall. Things are going on in their house. They get possessed. All kinds of things because of what you did to them, what you taught them. So 10 years down the road, they go nuts and shoot a crowd of people, or kill a bunch of people, or do something very violent because of what you did, what you taught them. Do you think you're going to be able to live with this in your mind? Doesn't matter to you as long as you get on TV. Is that your problem? I just do not think it's wise to teach someone something you do not have the knowledge of. Just because you've ghost hunted doesn't make you an expert. Just because you are psychic, which is BS, doesn't make you an expert. If you cannot fix yourself or the people around you, don't get on TV and manipulate children and put things in their minds that could ruin them for the rest of their lives. That is irritating, and it really bothers me. I've seen enough of this in the past, from TV shows to just knowledge to the fact that I've dealt with this my entire life, to know that, especially since I was a child and went through it, to know that what you're doing is not a good thing, is dangerous and wrong, and could put them in a serious situation that you can't fix. So I wouldn't do it. That's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Very stupid. And for years I've been telling people that investigate not to take their children. For years I've been against these stupid psychic kids crap. For years I've been against all this stuff when you put people in situations like this that they're underage. Their minds are not totally developed yet. Their minds cannot handle certain situations yet. They are too young to handle things like this. They are too young to be involved in things like this. Their minds are not fully ready to understand it. You can't even send 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds into war without bringing them back with PTSD. If you can't do that, then don't put them in spiritual situations that could ruin them for the rest of their life. In the end, for both of them, all I have to say is stop telling people it's your dead uncle, your dead aunt, your cousin, your sister, it's the little girl ghost. Stop telling people this stuff if you do not know yourself. Just because you get an EVP of a voice doesn't mean that's who it is. I've already proven several times that the voices may not be who you think they are, because demons mock human voices. Demons mock family member voices. So if you get in there and say, it's your aunt, yes, it's definitely my aunt because that's the sound of her voice. Demons mock other people's voices. They do it of dead people. They do it of people that are alive. So stop telling people based on the evidence that it's somebody that used to live there, and just go ahead and accept it, because it's okay to do so. If you do not know the truth of this in the end, and stop saying you do, because you don't, stop telling people things that aren't true, and stop manipulating them into believing things that are not true as well, because it's downright stupid. So you say, we just want to know the truth. We're not ghost hunters. That's BS. I'm not buying that one bit. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I appreciate it. Sorry it's been so long. I'm trying to get them in there as quick as I can. Until next time, be sure and check out the website and everything, all the links below. Until next time, thank you for watching, and see ya. Hey everybody, don't forget to check out Reverse 96 FM on TuneIn, Streama, and now internetradio.com.